Schedule 1 just dropped its third community vote for the next major update, and this time we've got 3 really solid options to choose from: hireable drivers, police, and special customers. Any one of these updates could completely change how we play the game, and it's up to us to decide what gets added. The vote is live right now in the main menu, but it's only up for a week, so you don't have much time to figure out what you're picking. Now, before you panic, this isn't like the Minecraft mob votes. Everything here is getting added eventually. This vote just decides what we get first. And the problem is that Tyler barely told us anything about the updates. Each option got like 1 or 2 sentences max in the patch notes. But that's fine, it's what I'm here for. I went full detective mode. I started digging through Q&As, live streams, random messages, basically anything Tyler has ever said, to piece together what these updates actually are. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what you end up choosing, the thing that really matters is that you're informed. And just to make things a little bit more interesting, I may have picked up a few leaks that are exclusive to the Big Willie channel. Now, the last 2 community votes, my audience called perfectly. They said the cartel was gonna win, and they said shrooms was gonna win. So this morning I ran a fresh poll for these new options, and right now delivery drivers are in the lead. Now, in my last video I wanted the delivery drivers to win, but I've actually changed my mind, and just like in my last video, I'm hoping to manipulate the vote with this video and steer the outcome in a completely different direction. Get it? Steer? Like a car, because delivery drivers are winning, so it's like a driver pun.
This guy stinks!
Anyways, before we get to the topic of blatant voter fraud, let's break down all of the options, starting with the front runner. First up on the ballot is the hireable drivers update. These guys would take over your whole supply chain, shuffling product between your properties, businesses, and dealers so you can finally ditch the delivery runs and actually focus on scaling up. And instead of cramming all of this logistics chaos into your current properties, Tyler told me we're getting an entirely new hub, the Northtown Warehouse. This is where your empire gets organized, planning routes, handling shipments, and directing the flow of everything without messing with your other operations. So yes, this update would give us a brand new property. And you'll even get to dial in the routes, like holding a run until the van's packed, which is a massive efficiency win. Now, the best part of the drivers is that it would all happen in real time. Drivers actually drive across the map instead of teleporting around, and handlers unload shipments crate by crate, which makes the whole thing feel way more alive. But don't get too comfortable, because the cops can intercept deliveries and impound your vehicles, so there's genuine risk on the line. You'll want to pick your rides carefully too, since each vehicle would have its own stealth rating that dictates how likely you are to get pulled over. So there is some real strategy here. Do you play it safe with small shipments, or gamble on bigger hauls to grow faster? We're also getting brand new vehicles in the mix, including a flatbed truck built for larger loads, which cracks the door open for much bigger operations. And to tie it all together, there's a bunch of quality of life stuff packed in too. Recurring deliveries take the micromanagement out of your day. Order history keeps track of where every shipment went, and general usability tweaks make the whole system feel smoother to run. This is easily the biggest logistics upgrade we would ever get in Schedule 1, and if it gets voted in, running your empire is about to get a whole lot easier. Next up, we got the police update, and this one's all about turning up the heat on your operation. Right now, the game's pretty forgiving when it comes to law enforcement, but this update would completely flip the script with a full escalation system. You'd start small, just local cops sniffing around your business, but as you expand and start making bigger moves, you're gonna catch the attention of the DEA, or maybe even the FBI. The bigger you get, the bigger the target on your back becomes, and we're not just talking about random patrol cars anymore. There's going to be police helicopters circling overhead, bribes you can pay to keep things quiet, and full-on raids when the heat gets too intense. The whole system would run on dynamic police intensity. Now, this already exists in the code, but basically the more crimes you commit, the hotter things get. Think GTA Star system. And here's the cool part, this intensity actually controls what law enforcement elements are active at any given time. So when things are chill, you might not see any checkpoints or patrols, But start pushing product too hard and suddenly there are sentries posted up and cops watching every corner. But it gets even deeper than that. You see, I found some cut content in the game files that shows every property was supposed to have water and electricity usage stats. You'd monitor this stuff through a utilities app, tracking kilowatt hours and liters like you're running a legitimate business. But here's the kicker: if your usage spikes too high, that property becomes hot and the police will raid it. So now you've got to keep your consumption under the radar to avoid suspicion. It's like playing a whole different game, where every choice has consequences, and laying low becomes just as important as scaling up. And finally, we've got option 3, special customers. And honestly, this is my favorite of the 3, and it might be the game changer that Schedule 1 really needs. Here's how it works. Special customer groups like bikers, hippies, and businessmen would periodically roll into town looking to buy entire bricks of product. We're not talking about your usual street level sales here. These guys want to clear out your entire supply in one go. And the best part is that each group has their own preferences. Hippies are probably going to want to buy your weed and shrooms, bikers are probably going to want to look for meth, and businessmen, well, they're all about that cocaine. I mean, have you ever seen Wolf of Wall Street? There's even speculation that bikers might want to buy weapons too, which could open up a whole new side of the business. What this really does is kill the late game fatigue that Schedule 1 struggles with right now. No more finding one quote-unquote best product and just spam producing it forever. Now you need multiple farms pumping out different drug types, building up bulk supplies to meet these big orders when they hit. You never know when these group of customers are going to wander into town asking you for a lot of product, so you gotta stock up. You can't just rely on one coke farm anymore. You need diversity across multiple properties to capitalize on every opportunity. Now, my best guess is that this system would probably kick in after Westville, and after you meet Thomas Benzie, so you've got the foundation to actually support multiple operations, and that's exactly what Schedule 1's in-game needs. More strategy, more variety, and actual reasons to keep expanding instead of just repeating the same formula. I really do think this option could genuinely solve the biggest weakness in the game right now. And I know what you're thinking. Willie, last time you wanted drivers, but now that they're winning, you switch up and want special customers instead? What changed? Well, I thought about it a bit. And since the map expansion is coming soon, I honestly think it would be better to wait for the map expansion to come out before implementing drivers. Plus, drivers would mean I have to remake all of my builds again. And I really do not want to do that. They take me forever to do, and I'm already behind. Like I said, it's just my opinion, but at the end of the day, I think all of these are very good options, and I'll be excited for whatever the community decides. I don't think everything I mentioned in this video will make it into the final game, but this video is a combination of everything Tyler has ever said regarding each of these updates, so I think whatever final product we get will look very similar to what I've said in this video. Thank you all for watching, and as always, stay silly, y'all.